Hey y'all, welcome to the Healed Yet podcast, where we normalize the lifelong journey of healing and provide those with support along the way. I am your host, Majaya, a licensed social worker in Texas, and let's get right to it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my podcast. I'm so sorry for this big delay from my last episode, but I am so glad to be back. I feel so much more refreshed, so much more present, so much, so much more level-headed. I just definitely felt like it was time for a fast, and I did a 21-day fast during this time away. I didn't tell anyone. I was just saying, oh, I'm taking a mental health break. Um, I just felt like it was time for me to kind of listen to God more. I felt like I was very distracted from what was important, I should say. I was very distracted from what it is that I should have been working on, or the things that was important to me. So I took time away from all of the things from outside of my home, I should say. And during my break, I took a fast from something that I felt like I spent the most time on, which was social media. And we never notice how much time we just give to social media. And we always claim, oh, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. But if you go and check your screen report, you'll see what you really spend your time doing. So I pulled back from that and really use this time to focus on myself, really figure out what is it that I need to do next. Really ask God in that time for direction. Especially, I felt like I really wanted to do one before I made 30, which is in like a couple days. So that I don't know, I was going experiencing this crisis like, oh my God, like 30 hit. What's next? What should I be working on? I need to do this and that. And God was like, no, you don't. Like, what are you doing? Who told you this? Did you come to me? Did you ask me about these things? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't. So I pulled back, really got into this fast and used this time every day to read my Bible. I started a fast in the Bible app, and I'm gonna link that in the description of this episode because man, that was really helpful. That 21-day fast, and I think everyone needs to do that when you get a time in your life where you just feel like, what is going on? What's happening? Like, what's next? God, what do you want me to do? I've done A, B, and C. Like, what's when you get to that time where you feeling like you cannot hear God and you're so distracted about all the things that you need to accomplish, that you need money, you need this, you need that, but you just doing stuff and wondering why nothing's working out, it's because you're not listening to God. You're not hearing that voice because everything else in your life is overpowering it. Or it's like you getting the signs of what you should do, but you're still gonna do what you feel is best in that situation because that faith gets a little bit smaller when life is lifing. So I definitely pulled back, and when I was absent from the things I was distracted from in this time, I was really able to hear God tell me like, "You doing this, but really I need you to do this. You losing, you losing focus on what I want you to work on. And what I want you to work on is this." And every week, I every 7 days of the fast, I wrote my journal and I wrote what God was saying in this time. How did He say it? Where did I hear it from? Was it a sermon? Was it just a random? Like, I met a girl. We met for the first time. We do networking, like mom groups on Fridays. We were meeting, and I met her for the first time. And we was talking about our businesses, what we were working on, mom life, things like that. And right before my fast, she was like, "Girl, you need a fast." She was like, "You need to talk to God. It sounds like you got A, B, and C working, but you don't know what your plan is to get there. And I've been feeling like I needed that, but that was my confirmation. Like, okay, God, I hear you. Geez, you're loud. You're real loud right now. So I did it. But anyway, every week I would in my fast, I wrote in my journal, what is it that God was telling me? What is it that God wanted from me? And I really felt so present in the moment, and I heard God so much more louder in my dreams and my passion and the things I'm working on, and the sermons, the messages people were saying, and things like that was all related to what God really wants me to work on. So if you are considering doing a fast, I really think you should, especially when you are feeling like you're losing faith, you're losing control, you don't know what's next, you don't know where to go, you're looking for answers from people, or you're looking for all this help making decisions. What should I do next? Going to all of these people or material things when really you have all you need and right within you. Like, God really wants you to talk to Him. So God will throw so many things in our path so that we have no choice but to come to Him, because that's what He wants. So whatever you're going through right now, like, pull back. Really, sometimes you really just have to pull back. Give God the keys to the car, and you get on the passenger side and just ride with Him for a second. So He can really sit and talk with you on what you need to do in your life. Because the more we try to control everything is when everything will begin to fall apart even more. So if you want to start a fast, I'm just gonna give some thoughts or some things that I did along the way that I would recommend. And as a professional, some things you also can do in this time to help you really get with yourself. Like, learn about yourself. Find out what you like. Talk to God. Ask for all of these things that you need. Pray on it. Journal about it. Really write it down. Manifest it. Pray until it happens. Because God really, 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 really only wants you to sit down and talk to Him. So before I started my fast, I did a journal. So on the 28th of July, because my fast started August 1st. So on the 28th of July, I wrote a journal. And in the journal, I wrote first, what am I giving up? I wrote down what I'm giving up. And the next thing was why. Why are you giving this up? And why are you doing the fast? What are you hoping to gain from this fast? Now, don't think all magical things are going to happen in this time. You just don't do too much now. This is not a time where you think that all the sparks is going to fly. You're going to be a millionaire, rich. Like, come on, let's be realistic here in this time. But God can in this time give you the tools, the books, the thoughts, the ideas, the dreams to make that happen eventually. But that's what you're looking for in this time. You're looking for wisdom. So in this time, I like I said, I wrote the journal. I asked God for discipline. I prayed about it. I asked God to help me slow down and listen to what He wants. I wrote my why that I wanted to do this. I wrote what I'm hoping to gain from this in this time. And I just pray that everything comes together for me in this time, that I'm able to have discernment, like be able to notice who in this time you want to be able to notice what's God and what's not, who's God and who's not, like who's in your corner right now that's really not going where you're trying to go. What is in your life that's holding you back? And that's what you need this time for, to really pull back from everyone and look at your life in full circle and then ask God to help you figure this out. God doesn't want us to do this alone. Like, He really wants to be involved, yo. He really wants to be involved. So I wrote in the next page, I wrote, during this fast, I want to accomplish. And for me, I'm a person that likes to be organized. I write a lot, I journal a lot. I like to see everything on paper, even though I have my iPad, got the pen, I got good notes. I thought that was about to change my life. But y'all, something about that regular paper and pen just does something for me. It it does something different for me. But anyways, during my fast, I wrote during this fast I want to accomplish. So I broke down my goals, what I want to do, what I hope to gain, and then I wrote everything that I wanted to do. And for the most part, looking over it, I pretty much did a lot of this stuff. Didn't even notice that I accomplished this much. So, and on day 7, I wrote a journal to myself about what God said to me. What did I notice during this first 7 days? And then the next 7 days, on day 14, I wrote how I was feeling, what God was doing, what changed so far. Has anything improved? How am I feeling mentally? How am I feeling spiritually? How are my relationships around me at this time? Um, and then the next page, I just broke down my goals a little bit more in depth. But every night I read on the Bible app, the 21-day fast. Every night before bed, I read that. I read the devotional, then I read the Bible verse, and then if I felt like I needed to, I journaled a little bit about it. If I felt like it was really related to me, and then I have a woman's Bible as well. So if I felt that I needed to dive a little bit more into something that was really relatable, I went into that Bible and started reading some more. And everything we need is right in that Bible. God, if I didn't know that of in my life, I know it now. God really has talked about everything we dealing with in that Bible, and He talked about how to handle everything and how He has our backs in all of those situations. Like, it's crazy what you can find out just by going into that Bible. But I really believe that it was very helpful for me to figure out what I want for my podcast and the future of my podcast, what I want for my business venture that I'm starting. What do I want for my healing circle, my group, my coaching, my future, my career as a social worker? Like, that seemed like to be the main thing that was present during my fast. But also what I want as a woman, the woman that I want to become. And in my next few episodes, or maybe in my next season, I haven't decided yet. But I really want to focus on like reinventing yourself and revamping yourself. If you follow me on any of my social media platforms, like, that's something that I have been like really tapping into. And I believe that it's a big part of healing, because you unknowingly become a whole different person when you're going through your healing journey. You don't like things that you used to like. You begin to look at the people around you a little bit different, because they're still connected to a version of you that you are no longer a part of. You become you begin, I guess, to feel lonely, because you now feel like, I'm not into these things no more that everybody around me is into. Now, who I need to find me a new environment or a new group of friends or a new social crew, because the people I have around me or the people who are the closest are not heading to that direction. And you get to feeling guilt. You get to feeling bad because you feel like they're not serving the person that you are becoming. And reinventing yourself requires a lot of change. Healing is a lot of change. You already doing the hard work. Now it's time to list out, what do I have to do to become this person that I wish to become? Or this person that accomplished all these goals that I have set for myself. I have to show up as this person in order to accomplish what my future self want. What would this woman in 10 years need to do now? Or how does she need to show up now to become this woman that I, or man that I wish to be in 10 years? Yeah, this fast was so beneficial, and I cannot wait to elaborate on the many topics that I have brainstormed on during this time. I have so many amazing guests coming along this way to talk about heartbreaking healing, breaking generational curses, how breaks are necessary, reinventing yourself. Y'all stay tuned. It's so much coming, so much that I can't wait for. And if you are a member of my group, the Healing Circle, I thank you so much for being a part of that. And I'm going to link the link to that group again. If you're not a part of it, this is the time to become a part of it, because just like my podcast, that group, I'm working on doing so much within that group soon. And I'm so thankful for my partner D Saul, because he has held that group down for me while I was going through my little fast. And y'all, I just disappeared. I was so anxious, because I'm like, God, I need to be present in these places. I need to be present on my podcast. I need to be present in my group. What if these people stop listening? And God was like, I gave you the podcast. I gave you the group. I gave you all of this. I'm going to give you the people too. So if they want to be a part of it, all of this will be there. All of them will be there when you get back. Do what's best for you. And I want y'all to believe that for yourself too. Everything that you're scared to leave behind, if it's for you, it will be there. If it's not, let it go. That's just the simplest way to put it in life with anything. What has to go has to go. What wants to go will go. You have to be okay with that. We have to. It's just a part of growth. It's a part of change. It's a part of life. Just accepting it, being okay with it, and understanding that everything in life is not meant to be there forever. So, with that being said, this was just a little update on me, letting y'all know that what's coming soon. And I really to get y'all more involved. I'm gonna link my email, my Instagram. I really want y'all to write me. Let me know some topics. What do y'all want to hear about? What do y'all want me to talk about? What do y'all want me to find guests to talk about? Let's get a little bit more active with me and let me know what is a topic that you all want to talk about. So thank y'all for being a part of it. Thank you for still being here since March. I can't believe it's been almost 6 months already that I've been having my podcast. I'm so excited for the future of it, and I hope that you continue to be a part of my journey here. With that being said, I want y'all to know that you have all you need right now, right here, presently, to become the person you need to be. You have everything you need to heal through whatever it is that you are dealing with. You have all the tools. The minute you start believing in yourself and your abilities, and also believing that there's a higher power, you don't have to do this alone. Y'all have a great week. And once again, thank y'all. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Heal Yet podcast. I do want to ask if y'all can go ahead and follow me on all platforms at Heal Yet Podcast. I really, really thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you come back for the next episode. Bye.